check it out. Before we jump in, a quick heads up. This episode contains humor and commentary that might push some boundaries or touch on sensitive topics. The views expressed are those of the host and guests and are meant for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
To your point, I grew up, the biggest bumper sticker, late 60s, early 70s. Yeah. Question authority. So at that point, Dr. Fauci is in the position to be the authority during the pandemic. I think it's okay to ask questions because sometimes I'll ask questions of people and what? I'll do you. What the? You can't ask that question.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
Hey, this is Jim Breuer.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. Here's the new single by Metallica. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Raindrops falling on my head. That's the only line I know. I let the deed of it, the bird up on the hair. On my hair. Ooh. Don't be there. Don't know to say. I said, raindrop keep falling on my hair. You know, I want to get rid of it. I wonder if this would look corny.
Yes.
If I got rid of it.
Nope.
Can I get rid of it now? Will it be all right
Dude,
now?
Do it.
I hate this thing.
Joe Sib would say punk rock.
Dude,
Oh,
it's
God, look at
dead.
that.
It's better now, right?
Dude, I can
Bro.
do so much. I can do so much with just that right now.
Really?
Yeah, I can get rid of the
Why didn't you tell me that?
background.
Why didn't you tell me that 40 episodes ago?
I don't know. I figured it was a 40 episode long joke, you know?
Oh my
Gotta
goodness. I feel so free without that dopey picture behind me.
You push it over just a little bit more.
Yeah,
It's still in the
yeah.
frame. It's just
Violating.
throw it out.
Violating. Go away. What
Nice.
was that? What was that thing?
I don't know. It's an eyesore.
Such an eyesore. Hey everyone, I just want to let you know we're having an end of summer sale on jimbrewer.com for merchandise. Is it 50% off? 50% all merchandise. Go to jimbrewer.com. Joe Sib said it. Merchandise store, 50% off. End of the summer sale. Get it while you can. I gotta say, Eddie Murphy made me watch SNL, and I have to say, Dana made me laugh really hard. His characters were really funny, and he just, I don't know. He was one of my favorite SNL cast members. I don't want to let our tremendous host wait any longer. Please welcome Dana Carvey.
Chopping broccoli. Chopping broccoli.
So I'm the host.
You are the host.
You said
What
you
is that?
introduced me as the host, so I just want to.
Did I really? I don't want to let our tremendous host wait any longer. Please welcome Dana Carvey.
How do you spell Brewer? 2 U's. 2 U's. You are. It really hit me recently, and Jerry Seinfeld, I brought him up, talked about where are the comedians? Like I'm not saying you're these guys. He talked about Jeff Altman. He talked about Pablo Francisco, and I just said, I mentioned you as someone who commits to your characters in an extreme way, which I was talking to Jay Moore about this. You kind of, just recently watching your stuff, you make me laugh harder than anyone currently. The anger, the dripping sarcasm, the physicality, the wind thing you do, all the sound effects. It's just like this onslaught of comedy, just the way you talked about the Chinese balloon. The fuck Chinese, what they know? What?
This is a good. How about the Chinese spy balloon? Who sat there and went, all right, I think we got a good one. You think they'll fall for it? Yeah.
And it's an aneurysm, it's a pulled calf. We talked about that when you were on Fly on the Wall, available wherever podcast. Your physicality and it's just so f***ing funny. That's it. Good night. That's all I wanted to say. That's why I wanted to be on the show, so I could say that to you publicly.
Well, Dana, I appreciate that. And You know what I'm discovering is, and this is why I'm so excited to see you just on a podcast again. I feel like this. First of all, you taught me a lot about commitment, whether you realize it or not. I was not an SNL fan. I was not a big. I watched Eddie Murphy. I was a big Eddie Murphy guy, and Eddie Murphy made me watch Saturday Night Live.
Right.
And then and then I discovered you. And if you weren't on, I was kind of annoyed. But what I studied and discovered about you was like, this guy just commits, and there's no one commits like him. The subtleties and the cartoon that you would pick up and the subtleties, like, oh my God, this guy's freaking brilliant. So it'd make me laugh extremely hard because I would laugh at you, but then I'd laugh at the subtleties that no one else even picked up. That's what would make me laugh harder. What were you gonna say?
Thank you. You try to mix it in. I think the thing is, when you get to a certain age or whatever, you can start to, like I was talking to Lauren Michaels recently, he said stand-ups really don't do characters or impressions. Anymore. You're on the heel, the elbow's on the mic. It's kind of quiet. It's jokes. And Chris Rock had said on Tambourine, his previous special, he said, I was doing, his words, I was doing old man stand-up.
Interesting.
And the other one, and he works out and he's fit, and then his energy is here. But you just reminded me that I was unnecessarily on my heels a little bit. Like, it's okay to attack. You can sort of forget what you used to do,
right,
and then really attack the audience in stand-up, and it's fun. So anyway,
it is.
We just had what you call an old-fashioned love fest. Who's the bigger fan? Who's the bigger fan of the other guy? I don't know.
Don't you think, Dana, at this, because we'll get other people like, where you guys come from, and blah blah blah. They'll go, what do you think of the internet? What do you think of the internet? I mean, do you think it's hurt your career, or you think, like, because you see these guys that make it, and they're only like, they're pooping in a tub. It's like, I mean, is this really what we're at? And I go, and then I'll listen to other comics go, I'm sitting there trying to write material, and this guy, he makes a TikTok video, and he's selling out place. And like, if anything, I don't get caught up in that. But what I come to terms with is people like yourself, people like me, this is the new playground, because you get to see this whole. You can go as far as wide.
Oh yeah,
there's no structure. Who cares? We grew up in a world where like, okay, we got 3 minutes. The commercial comes on, and we got to kill it in 3 minutes. Bang. Those days they're gone. They're gone. They're in the Caribbean, and they're like, hey, we're gonna get out. We're gonna see them here.
I couldn't agree more. Can you imagine Don Rickles with a podcast, Jonathan Winters with a podcast? Because we would backstage, just take for example, me and Kevin Nealon would cry laughing for 6 hours, inventing things that Hans and Franz would threaten to do to other people. And it'd be, we'll take you and we'll stretch a flower and we'll do all these things and and then we would have to hone it down, tighten it up, and then try to get loose enough to kill on the show. Now it's like, if you're on a run and it goes for 20 minutes. Yeah. So I promised myself one thing, because I met bitter, grumpy old men when I was young. Yeah. I said, okay, this entire business is designed to make you bitter and cranky. Yeah. So don't go down that path. No matter what.
Right.
Remember, you're making money right now.
That's right. And that
it's incredible.
I learned the same thing, Dana. I would be with some of my favorite people, and starstruck, and they're just miserable and so angry. You know why that guy's? Because he's a prop act. He's cheating. He's a cheater. And this guy's selling out. At the time, if you sold out 10,000 seats, you're a band. You're Metallica.
I know. People were shitting on the original arena guy in the knots, which was Dane Cook.
Yes.
That guy's a hack. I'm doing you now. What the f***? I don't get the joke. And it's always like, what is that all about? What is it about? I go, well, it's about 10,000 seats.
Right.
Bitch.
Yeah. And what Dane Cook did was kind of he made it where, hey, listen, we're not out trying to impress one another. They're the ones that buy the tickets. So if you come out and you're able to fart Yankee Doodle and sell out 20,000 people, well then so be. You keep complaining, and I'm sitting there going, getting on my jet. I'll be home in 3 hours, hon. And you're sitting there going, well, I'm going to write something clever so people respect me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I know the way you're supposed to do this. Guess what? I know what real stand-up is. And he also worked MySpace. He's revolutionary in that way. And the idea that, hey, everybody, we're in this together. We're all friends. So I give him a lot of props. I guess his brother-in-law or brother took $33 million from him, but that's a whole nother story. It's online. You look it up. Yeah. Embezzlement. Yeah.
He did. What? And that's.
Did you have him on your show?
No. And that's a classic story too. I should reach out to him.
Well, yeah, that's his former manager told me that.
This guy right here, the guy who talks like this.
Is that guy? He's kind of like Bill Clinton's little brother. He's a little slow. He's a little slow. I just think it's good. Can I do 10 seconds of Obama and Springsteen's scintillating podcast, Renegades? So, hey, Bruce, I see you're wearing a pair of boots. You like boots? Yeah, I like boots. I like them. Yeah, I like boots too. How many boots you got? Oh, I don't know. Michelle, how many boots I got? 5, 6? Yeah. Yeah, I got about that many. I don't know. I might have 8. But Bruce, look, this sucks. We got to get off.
Our sponsors are dropping. What's going on?
No. But yeah, the bitter comedian, I do it for myself. It's the I don't get it is a good one. Like if Brad Pitt's on in a movie, my wife's going, kind of, I go, I don't get it. I don't get it. Really? I don't get it. And same with a comedian who's levitating the room, destroying people. People are doing this constantly. Yeah. They've got napkins. Yeah, but he ain't doing it right.
I still in the past I would look at comments and I would get emotionally, I'd instantly like this bastard. And I'd go into the profile and I'm looking at his family. And then sometimes I'd even reach out like, you seem like a good family guy, but clearly when I got nothing but love for you. But if you want to go out of your way and hate, that's where your energy's at. And then I'd go like, what am I doing? Why am I listening to this guy? Why am I listening to anyone? You put it out because you trust it. You know it works. It makes you feel good. It doesn't matter what any banana cares. It just.
Well, look, I'll just say this about you, that every single time that someone could attach hate, anger, politics, or anything, you're simultaneously being balls out funny. And that's a very different thing. Everything you're expressing is to get a laugh. It always has a comic vibe to it,
It takes a while to get there. I ain't gonna lie, because the pandemic, really my personal first reaction to a lot of things was like, what the and I gotta say I had 2 comics I was working with me, Joe Sib, Brian McKenna. Brian was like, you got to get this, and Sib was like, Jim, now remember, people love funny Jim. They're not like Mad Jim. Mad Jim's not fun. And I'd go, I know, I'm working on it. But if you look at some of the, I fell into a little trap of I want to wake people up, and then I forget my mission in life. Make them funny. You can wake them up. And
Right.
you can think I'm putting out this cool mission. You think that I'm the new prophet, but you really, they're not gonna pay attention unless you be funny. That's all anyone cares about. And
right. I want to make it sort of irresistibly funny.
yes, yeah.
So that even if someone disagrees with you, my way of expressing my frustration with COVID was I just did a Fauci bit. I know I told you you get 2 vaccines and your booster and you're dancing in the streets taking your mask off. I missed it by a little bit. You could have 10 vaccines and 4 boosters. What's the difference between a booster and a vaccine? I don't know. It's just more vaccine, but it sounds better. You could have 10 vaccines and 8 boosters. You're going to get and give COVID to another guy with 20 vaccines and 9 boosters. You could have 300 boosters and you're going to get and give COVID. That's why I'm introducing the daily COVID shot. $19.90 a month. Every day you get up, you go to your healthcare provider and you get your shot. By the time you get to your car, you got no immunity, but it's a beautiful 39 seconds. So that was how I expressed it. So then it's like, how do you not laugh? He always used the words, I think it was a zoonotic. It's not from the Wuhan lab. I think it's a zoonotic effect. What the zoonotic? I think a rat, a bat, and a skunk had a 3-way. Out comes a coronavirus, hitches a ride to the wet market, you got a pandemic. So I do it that way and then I always say, from the bottom of my all new leather Faucis, go yourself. So that was my way of expressing it.
And
because I would just,
I saw that.
And what was yours?
No. I saw that, and I gotta say that was one of the things because I don't see you as a political guy whatsoever, and I don't think a lot of people see you as a political guy. So people don't see me. Well, I've been categorized the last 2-3 years like he's a this, right? I bet he goes. Oh yeah, he goes to Trump rallies. Like he's got it. But look at move the camera around. There's a MAGA hat over there somewhere. And that's fine.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's fine. But when I honestly saw you doing the Fauci, I swear in my life I can see like, oh, this is his way. This is his way. I like what he's doing. And you exploited everything he was doing. And he is, we don't have to get into him, but
to your point, I grew up, the biggest bumper sticker, late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
Question authority. So at that point, Dr. Fauci is in the position to be the authority during the pandemic. I think it's okay to ask questions. If you can't, because sometimes I'll ask questions of people and what? I'll do you. You can't ask that question.
Oh, are you a doctor now?
Yeah. I would say, if I want to be generous, who knew it was a mutating little mother? Okay. Well, you studied virus for half a century. Maybe you know. So he was trying to catch the wind a little bit. The immunity got so shortened, if indeed it was there, that people would say, I'm going to wait for my vacation. So it all the souffle deflated. So how do you not point it out? My most extreme one that just made me laugh, that I would suggest now you get in your house, you get in a chair, and you stare at the ceiling. Just stare at the ceiling and don't move. There could be a COVID cluster in there. So it became funny, and that's why I didn't even attempt to do an impression other than this guy, But I don't, we just have to be able to ask questions, put it that way. Is that not allowed to ask questions?
It's a little bizarre that it's happened that way. It's really weird.
Aren't comedians kind of, a lot of us, I mean, I'm sort of a character guy. I do what I do. If someone repeatedly tells us not to say or think something, don't comedians kind of go, well, I want to say the thing you're not supposed to say?
Well, exactly. And I've been to shows where that has happened, and where I end up bombing horrendously after the guy who eventually said, did they just tell us not to talk about X? You know who's great for that? Norm.
Yeah.
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
He.
Yeah. He was brilliant because he would do it with always a grin. You know, Norm with his smiley cheeks and smiley face and smiley eyes. When he would do it, and it'd be real subtle and stuff, you know. I just wonder if they know what they're doing over there in Ukraine, you know. It seems like to a layman they're giving them just enough weapons to keep it going, but not to really have them win anything, you know. And at that halting Canadian lilt, it was all very, you know, subversive, but just done in a way you don't even know what's happening. Right?
I still watch some of the clips. And I'm like, oh my god, this guy. Now what is that? I see on your screen like a little thumbs up. I saw you starting to do the thumb. What is that?
I did not do anything to this laptop, but all of a sudden, sometimes you can do things where you'll get balloons, or it'll do things. Ask your producer. So balloons will, if you do a laugh or whatever.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
Technology.
It's the modern world. I don't know what started it, but I had it anyway.
Well, so you doing that before?
Anyway.
So you doing the thumbs before? I'm like,
well, no, I saw it and then I did it. I didn't know where it came from. I don't even know how to make it happen.
I don't.
So
I don't either.
Fuck it, man. God damn it.
So
why can't we do comedy?
Are you where? At this, do you have at this stage in life?
Yes.
Do you have desires to start doing more? And what I mean by that is like, hey, maybe I'll write a little sketch. Hey, maybe I'll write a little thing. Hey, you know what? Maybe I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I, for the first time, do. I just don't have the. I'm not going to go try to sell it. It's one of those. I think that's what I think that's what the podcast can be. It's like, you know what? I'm answering all the questions. I asked you a question. I'm not listening. So do you?
No, you're creating context. I had someone say that to me once, you know, how were you at the Emmys? Because I'd break out in a cold sweat and they go, well, you're answering the question. No, I'm creating context for the person to answer.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Is there a desire for you to go, you know what? It's always kind of funny when I'm spoofing with so-and-so. Why don't we just do this as a sketch? Or why don't we just, these characters we always pretend we're going to be out in public? Why don't we just film one? If it sucks, it sucks. Who cares? Then we laugh about it and we talk about it.
I have just back pocket characters. It's a fine line because like you're the master of your domain. This is the Breuniverse, or whatever they call it.
Right. No one can pronounce
so
it.
You do and say whatever you want. And on a podcast with Spade, I had one before that called Fantastic, and I would do 5-minute riffs.
Yep.
It was not on video, and it didn't have a company, so it was kind of under the radar. But there was two gentlemen that were going to do a thing, I think called Comedy Nation, where it would coalesce people, and they would have. It may still do it. They were going to have a studio in Burbank, and sort of you could do lo-fi sketches.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a character that people seem to like. It's hardly flushed out. I had a card on a board once. It said, Rednecki, the redneck comedian. Because I thought, what if there was another one? You know, you have Ron White, who's brilliant. You know, you have
Larry Cable
the Cable guy. So I just created a character called Rednecki, intentionally bad, and the catchphrase I'll do it in a sec. The catchphrase is "come and get some," which is surprisingly, because whatever happens to the guy, he's defiant, you know.
Right.
I'm red, and here's the first two jokes I wrote. I'm Rednecki, the redneck comedian. You ever fart so loud, dog 2 state away go, what that? Come and get some. So it's just that. You ever crap so big you don't know gonna get down that turlet? Come and get some. So I asked my mama to wash my tighty whities. She said, sure thing. I said, how'd it go? She said, great. I haven't seen skid marks list like this since the Daytona 500. Come and get some.
Dude, I'm already in. I'm already writing the hit.
You're already in.
I'm writing the hit.
I asked my mama what's for dinner. She said, roadkill. I said, what kind? She said, I gotta take a drive. Come on, get
Everybody,
some.
come on, get some.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on, get some. No, that's a hit. And then every time
I don't know if it's a hit, but
it's a funny little thing. See, I always go musical. I like going musical. So if you get that
Yeah.
character, then you got the hook. Come on, get some, and then we come back to you telling the jokes. I love.
And it's positive. It's positive. Come and get some.
Yes, come and get something. I ain't talking about getting certain things. I'm talking about come and get something.
I married my sister only because mama turned me down. Come and get some. Anyway, so to your point, yeah, I have these thoughts that pop in my head. And I want to put them places. And I don't know if there's anything better than what we're using right now, though.
No, I don't.
You know, the new art form, and I'm sure you're putting them out there. There's this 60-second or under clips that go all around. That's where the Fauci one was in millions and millions.
Yes.
So that's the new art form, to present and do a sketch that's under 60 seconds.
Yep.
And that's kind of interesting. It really makes you tighten everything up. You got less than 60.
It really does. And I was thinking about this too, where there was a time where we'd have to hope they'd rerun us. Like, oh, if we want to be seen
right,
and they want to know the character or the thing, they have to rerun.
Yeah.
And then if we don't get rerun, I'm going to start forgetting about it. Where there's what's great about today is what you just did. Everyone gets some. For all we know, that turns into a clip. And then 10, 15 years, right before we came on, one of my neighbors sent a video. And she went, "Oh shoot, sorry, that wasn't meant for you. That was meant for Ronnie." And it was basically a clip that I did in '94. Yeah, and that's what's amazing about this world. It lives forever. So not only you're making your little 60, you can make a lot of mistakes, but you take that one little 60, you got a little edit piece, and then you're off and running. And now you're back in the game. And there's some people in Korea going, I never knew Dana Carvey. I never knew. I don't know what accent it is. I didn't know.
It's good because it's a little perverted. I love it.
Dana Carvey. Yeah, I don't. That's like
Clips. Well, I'm now. I did just go Western Europe with accents, and now I just recently started doing Indian and Asian accents. You know,
you know what? I'm like,
I don't do them very often, but I allow myself to do them if I feel like it.
Right, but I see you also as a storyteller. If we were hanging out, like I'm very much the same person even when I'm hanging out. I'm going to assume, I don't know you, but I'm going to assume we're sort of the same. So if me and you are just hanging out and all of a sudden we're both loose and we're talking, I'm imitating people. You're doing characters. We're not doing the whole conversation like that. But at the end of the day, that's who we are. And that's,
and it goes everywhere it ever wants to go. Comedians hanging out backstage. It goes blue. It goes racially insensitive, it goes loud, and it could be with any comedians.
It really can.
I mean, everybody wants to say the thing you can't, how do you make a comedian laugh,
So do you travel a lot? I mean, I know
I just did Oroville, California, 2 shows at a casino.
How'd it go? You love doing that?
I was so much better the second show.
Well, aren't we always?
Well, I was so out of shape. I don't have what they call reps. I don't have reps. I have this. So this kind of makes your brain keep going and thinking and,
Correct.
But as far as stand-up, I still want to destroy. I still want to do stuff that's kind of wickedly, irresistibly funny. I mean, that's kind of the goal. Sometimes it takes a lot of brain power. The one, if you want to pivot to Biden, my Biden that did definitely get a lot of attention.
Yes.
And the evolution of that impression has been very interesting. I just keep playing with it like a toy.
Yes.
It's very difficult. But at one point it became easier once he released his yelling hook. Because in the first 6 months...
Yeah.
First 6 months, it was just down here. My father lost his job. No joke. I'm not kidding around here. That kind of stuff.
Right.
Number one, the one part. Number two, the two part. Three, come on, it's not rocket science. So it was just that, and it was one tone. It was kind of soft.
Yeah.
But then after Afghanistan, it was always going to be hard. It was all the first time. And I go, oh, great. Now it's just not 1 meter. We have another meter in there. So to give it some dynamics and some energy.
Yes.
And then I just kept playing with it. I don't work on it per se, but I just noticed that everyone was pivoting to the border. And so I just did one with Spade. And it just started from 2021 where he said, there's no crisis at the border. And he said, how do you know? How do you know, sir? Because it says so on the piece of paper. This is a piece of paper. And then recently, everyone wants to close the border. I'll close the border hard. Anyone's ever close it. Nobody closed the border. But you said last time, and then the threatening him,
yes.
Get your facts straight, Jack. I'll beat the hell out of it. Take behind a woodshed and beat the hell out of it. I'll close the border patrol, the border, can't believe it's not butter. And then just the non sequitur. It was Pirates of the Caribbean. Then can't believe it, not butter. And now Spade gave me a new one. I'll close the border, Bed Bath and Beyond. So that's like kind of just a fun thing to try to in such a incendiary environment.
Yes.
And I do Trump. I do all the Trump stuff.
Sure.
And then it's a challenge with the Biden. There's a lot of visual hooks, like when he gets out of energy at the end of the day and he itches his nose in slow motion. You know that one?
No.
Where'd everybody go? What's going on? I guess just say seat.
Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on. This is the people said. So there's that line of like, are you making fun of someone who's a little older and has, or are you just taking the leader of the free world, taking source information? Because George Sr. never said, not got to do it. He did say not going to do it.
Not going to do it.
But eventually, not gotta. By the end, it was not gotta. So I'm just doing the same thing I always do. Just extrapolating it in rhythms that are funny and irresistible. And I don't look at comments, but I had one guy say, I support Biden, but this is really funny.
And that's
that's what I want.
Well, you can't get any better than that. I got to tell you, I'm excited to see you doing podcast. I have a feeling you're going to be playing more often. I don't know what that's going to be, but I'll be the first one watching and getting excited for wherever it's going. So
yeah, there's stuff going on, and there's offers and things, and I don't know. I mean, it's I don't need to go anywhere when I'm in the mode of doing this. It's the exact same passion I had in the 80s. No difference.
Well, that's
so I'll keep going.
No, and that's what I was going to say. Like, is there, like, I guess what I'm asking is, I guess what I'm saying is, I have desires, but I don't have desires to chase with all my energy to go get. I feel like we found a really fun playground to be the inner child again, which I believe we all need.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, we all go through pains and great moments in life and career and this and that, but
slings and arrows.
Yes, and we're at a stage. I think we all hit stage in life where we realize, boy, we got to keep that child alive and playing. And when I watch your child playing, I gotta say it's incredible, inspiring. I love seeing it. So I was super stoked you came on today.
Well, maybe this is as good as it gets. Maybe we've found Valhalla as stand-ups. You can have one. We have other people in the box and some people laughing, and it's just purely comedic riffing. This one's sort of, I would hope, interesting and fun because our audience seems to like to hear us talk.
Yes, just
as ourselves. They can watch your special, but then I think you're very open on this and very honest. You're not always you can be incredibly funny, and then you can be very, very real.
Well,
extremely.
I feel, Dana, the more honest and the more revealing I was about hard truths. I still keep a lot of things private, but
Yeah.
I also put a lot of real things out there because I do believe you hit the nail on the head. It blew me away that people do want to just know you. They just want to know you. Like they know who the comedian is, blah blah blah. But
Right.
I have people come to shows and they'll go, I didn't know anything about you till you started doing this. And I'm like, what? Really? Like I had no clue you were doing this, and I didn't know you were around that long. I feel stupid. I'm like, no, don't feel stupid. Don't feel stupid. If anything, I'm more excited. I'm excited. This is where you're at now.
One last thing is like in this worldwide digital platform of 5 billion people, there's someone somewhere who discovered you today on YouTube or somewhere and then found you here.
Yeah.
And it's like you were mentioning the minute before. I'm taking your idea and making it my own.
Please do.
They are discovering you right now. So we are so lucky. People say, how do you like doing them there? I'll do you. Commitment. Hey, how do you like doing them there podcasts? I go, I love them. What are you talking about? Shoot the rehearsal. Do whatever you want with your friends. Meet interesting people. And it's fantastic.
It is, man. Dana, much love to you. Thanks for coming on today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim.
Everyone check you out on Fly on the Wall. But, man, thank
Fly on the Wall.
I appreciate it.
I hope we run into each other
We will.
somewhere. And
We will.
all right, buddy.
Keep in touch. Much love.
Much love.
Have a good one,
Thanks.
Dana.
You too.
The great Dana Carvey is not much other. Whether it's fascinating. There'll be people that don't know, and then there's people that do know, and that's what I'm learning too as I get older. I mean, it really struck me when I was out on the tour opening for Metallica, and I got this kid helping me film, and I said, "Listen, man, the Foo Fighters are here, so we need to get the camera." He's like, "Are they popular?" And I went, "Oh my god." Oh my god! I don't even know that. Did he just ask if they're popular? And it makes you realize different generations have different idols and things that we think are incredible and all that jazz. And Dana was an incredible, pivotal part for me. And I meant what I said when he was here, when he was on. There was this genuine soul that's inside him that I think is we need great souls. I've been watching. I'm always looking. So whenever Dana pops up, I get super excited. He made me belly laugh hard. And if you watch him on Fly on the Wall, he does a lot. He's with David Spade, and the two of them do things together. Hopefully we can interact with each other a little bit more. I already have some ideas. Well, we ain't going to tell them yet, Mike, but I got some ideas right out of the gate. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to tell you already know, Mike. Remember we were sitting in, New Hampshire, and we were messing around with the computer with certain songs. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Dana's
okay.
got it. I'm telling you, I think we got something for Dana. I'm telling you. I'll talk to you off air. But anyway, go check out Dana Carvey clips. Maybe you don't know about. Look at some of his history. Look up, movies, TVs, whatever. Go see stand up. Listen to the podcast. Do something beautiful today. Enjoy your life. Go to the light. You sense that there's dark getting into you, and you're pissed off about a trial, or you're pissed off about immigration, or you're pissed off about whatever they're throwing down. World War III is on it. Whatever madness they're trying to sell you into fear and anger. Take that energy and turn it around, turn it into something positive and pure and loving, and find something to make you laugh and something to help someone else. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Dana Carvey. Thank you, Mike. We'll see you next week on the Breuniverse.